Hey, beautiful. Let's see. Hello, good afternoon. And I say good afternoon because this is the second recording of today's Shero Coffee Chat. But welcome to today's episode of the Shero Coffee Chat, where voices flow and women grow. And I want to just thank you for sharing this space and time with me today. My name is Melissa. I am the host of Shero Coffee Chat and a proud retired Army veteran and also the owner of the Shero Coffee Club, where our mission is to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. Of course, today on the Shero Coffee Chat, we're going to hit some news highlights. We're gonna talk about our Shero of the week. We are going to cover our topic du jour, and then we're gonna get out of here. So, are you ready to get into it? Yes, I hope you are. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the news highlights. Okay, America, we have a brand new president. Well, is he brand new? No, he's done this before. We have a new president and a new administration entering into office January 2025. This has been a very polarized election cycle, I think, very polarized. People are coming out of the woodwork in defense for who and what they believe in. And, like I said last week, I don't care who you vote for. I don't even care if you participated in the political process because I think it's a personal choice. I also said I personally am involved in the political process because I want to vote and I like to think that my vote counts. But it's not about what happened. We've had the experience. The American people have spoken on the electoral level and on the popular level as to what they want. And now that that's done, what can you glean from this? What can you glean from this experience? And I'm going to share with you four things that I have personally gleaned from this experience in politics. I really got big into politics during 2008 campaign. Me being from Chicago, Obama being from Chicago, really, really involved. I was as a youth, I was part of the Young Democrats of America. So I've been involved in politics at some level since I was a teenager. And what got me involved was my grandmother because she was involved in the things in the block club, the things in the community, in and around Avalon Park in Chicago. So that's what really got me involved in politics. And still today, I still participate by casting my vote. So the four things I learned and you have to think about what you've learned as well. Identity politics for now is over. We are not a monolith. Clearly, the election proved that we are not a monolith. Party convention decisions and the primary process matters. And the reason why it matters because some people did not like the way the Democratic nominee was selected. So yeah, so that matters. The third is, and I like to write them down because you guys, I will go all over the board with these things. The third thing is celebrities cannot get paid to pop out, endorse a candidate, and then have the American people expected to follow. It just doesn't work anymore. There was a time when you could when celebrities would just show their face and we'd be like, oh, if that celebrity's for that individual, then I'm for that individual too. It just does not, that formula does not work anymore. It worked really well during, I think, the civil rights movement. However, those actors and actresses and singers and things like that, they were really involved in the political process. It wasn't just pop in during an election season. Throughout the years, they were involved in the political process. Now they're just kind of showing up and then that's it. Getting paid and that's it. And now they're out of the scene. So we'll see what happens with the superstar endorsements to see if they stay involved in the political process. And then the last thing is most news and political coverage can't really people aren't really trusting it anymore because they really believe that journalism, which is supposed to be fair, balanced, show both sides, journalism from a truth aspect is dead, or journalism from a fair and balanced aspect. And this is not Fox News, because when you say fair and balanced, you think of Fox News because that was their slogan or still is their slogan or whatever. But journalism from a fact telling, showing all sides, letting the American people decide, it's over. It's over. So I am really um excited. Let's get excited about what's to come, and excited maybe not for the person that's coming into the office, maybe not for that, but if you can get excited about something, just think of what you can do as an individual in your own life. Forget politics. What about your life? I've seen some people go harder for these politicians than they would for themselves, than they would for members of their family. So stop it. Stop it. And if you still want to get involved in the political process, don't forget we've got the state and local elections coming up next year, 2025, and then the midterm elections in 2026. So there's still a way to be involved. And don't forget, the more local you are with your politics, the more vocal. You have a larger voice locally where you are inside your community than you probably ever would at the presidential level, because we know when it comes to uh, these elections, it's really all about the dollar. So, guess what? It's a time to really figure out and find out where you stand and where you want to be involved in politics. Or if you don't want to get involved, don't get involved. All right. But you can always get involved with Shiro Coffee. It has no sides. It likes all people. And so where you can get involved is at sherocoffee.com. We have a dark roast and a medium roast. And when I tell you they are delicious, I'm not saying this as the founder and CEO owner. I am saying this because I've been drinking coffee for well over 2 decades. And I know good coffee when I taste it, right? So you can go to sherocoffee.com and get your great tasting coffee here. All right, so let's move right on along. What else did I say I wanted to talk about? I have my notes here. Next, I want to hit on our Shiro of the week. Yes, and this is funny, but guess who the Shiro of the week is? And I'm keeping that sherocoffee.com sign up so you'll know, so I don't have to put it up again. This is the bag that you get when you order. This is our medium roast, but the Shiro of the week, yours truly, yeah, that's me. That's me like 50 pounds of the hero of the week is Melissa L. Farmer, U.S. Army, 1994 to 2014. Shira founder. The Army, and I say, the Army empowered me to fully embrace my potential as a soldier and leader. It was a great opportunity to grow as a human being and be of service to others. A truly enriching and memorable experience. If I could sum it up, the military has taught me, or the military allowed me to be a part of something bigger than myself. And I saw it I saw it on a larger scale. I actually saw in real time how, working with my fellow soldiers, forging relationships with them, getting the mission done together, no matter what, because we don't train to time, we train to standard, and getting the mission done, what that does on a larger scale. I think, being a part of the military, and this is just my personal opinion, being a part of the military really helps you to see America at large, because The military is nothing but a smaller version of what's going on in America. And, the good and the bad. Mostly good though, mostly good. But yes, it was a pleasure to serve. The military is the gift that keeps on giving. I am blessed to just be right now in front of you, having lived through two deployments, to just be able to celebrate our veterans and women primarily. But you can go to sherocoffee.com to learn more about our mission. You can go to sherocoffee.com to learn more about some of the veterans and the story, women veterans and the stories they have. But this is our Shero of the week. Yes. It's me, you guys. It's me, you guys. I am so proud and honored to have served in the U.S. military. Now, we are going to move right along, and we're going to move right along into the topic du jour. That's topic of the day. So the topic of the day is raise the bar, setting personal standards. A lot of times I talk about goals and reaching your goals and achieving goal achievement. I'm big on goal achievement. That's just a topic I am drawn to because I have a growth mindset and I'm always looking at how can I be better as a person, as an individual? How can I, show up to the world as the best human being that I could possibly be. I'm always looking to do that. And so one of the things in goal setting and achievement you have to think about or look at is your personal standard, because transformation doesn't happen without raising the bar on your personal standard. And what do I mean? Everybody has a standard. I like coffee, right? So I drink coffee every day, at least a cup, maybe two cups a day, every day. And that's the standard for my morning. What's your Sunday morning routine? Just look at it. Whatever that is, if you do that 3 or 4 Sundays out of the month, if you do that 3 out of 4 or 5 Sundays of the month, then guess what? That is your standard. Okay. But transformation only happens when you change that. So if I set a new standard, okay, I don't drink coffee first thing in the morning, or I don't drink coffee without having exercise first. I've set a new standard. The standard is I don't get any of this good stuff from shero.com until I've exercised. And that sets a new standard. Now look over into your finances. What is your standard on your finances? What happens when you get paid? How do you pay your bills? How do you invest? How do you save? How do you spend? What are those habits? What are those habits? Because everyone has a standard. What does your house look like? Is it clean or not? What is the standard? Now, the military, there is a definition for standards. Really, now the military has one, and of course, there you can use that one. But it's really for setting standards. Really is about having a set of guidelines or requirements that really change your behavior. It's all about changing your behavior. And that's why I asked you, what does your Sunday look like? What does your Sunday look like? Because if I looked at my Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., that'll tell me a lot about my Sunday standard. Hmm? During the week, do you read or you just say you're going to read? What are you doing during the week? Because these are your standards. So today I want to just talk about raising your standards and how to do it. Really, what you have to do is identify. That's the first thing you have to identify. Identify what you want the new standard to be. Because, like I said, everyone has a standard. So, once you've identified that standard, the next thing you want to do is uphold that standard and do it every single day. So once you've done that, the last thing you want to do is just go back and measure your progress. So there's three things. It's raising your standard, it's upholding your standard, and measuring progress. Because we always want to progress in something. And the crazy part is when you raise your standard, it's committing to that thing daily. So let me just tell you about a standard I set. So my standard was going to the gym 4 days a week and work out for 50 minutes. That got boring. So I needed a goal. I needed something to go after. And so I said to myself, what can I do to set a goal to have something to reach for? Because that when I have a something when I set a goal, it allows me to measure it. Did I attain the goal? Yes or no? It's only two ways, you know. There's no kind of sort of. You either attain the goal or you don't. And so instead of going to the gym, working out for 50 minutes 4 days a week, I've changed it. So now I want to complete a 5K. Now I have to raise the bar because the standard was work out 50 minutes, but now I'm raising the bar. So I'm establishing a new standard. So now when I go in, I have to run, walk, a combination of both 4 times a week at 3.1 miles. So that has to happen every day. And why 3.1 miles? Because 3.1 miles is equivalent to running a 5K. So I have literally raised the bar because instead of working out for 50 minutes, now I'm running 3.1 miles, run, walk, or combination of both, 3.1 miles until I reach until I attend or participate in a 5K. So that is really raising the bar and setting my personal standards. So instead of just going to the gym aimlessly, and don't get me wrong, 50-minute workout is excellent. No matter what you do, a 50-minute workout is excellent. But for those of us who are really into growth mindset, we want to have a goal. And that goal for me is participating in a 5K within the next 90 days. Then I got to get over it being so cold in Chicago, or maybe Andre and I will fly somewhere and I'll participate in a 5K. But that is what I'm talking about in raising the bar. And we want to raise the bar in every aspect of our life. Remember, you already have a standard. That standard is whatever you're doing, three out of 4 or 5 weeks in a month. Whatever you do, you have to take a look at it. And you have to choose where you want to raise the bar. Don't try to pick 50 things. A lot of people, we go into the new year and the new you, and we want to do this and that and this and that. So what we want to do is get ahead of it. Let's get some things in place now. So in the new year, we'll have different goals and different standards to raise. So if we just pick one or two now, by the time New Year rolls around, that will already probably be a habit. So now you can pick something different. So what we want to do is raise the standard. We want to uphold that standard every single day, and we want to make sure that we measure our progress, and that's really what it means to raise the bar and set personal standards. And that's really all that I wanted to talk to you about today. I've got a few more things. Today is the the eve of Veterans Day. So first off, I want to salute all of my SHERO Coffee Club ambassadors, wishing them the happiest and merriest of Veterans Days to them. I hope it is a celebration and a joy for you tomorrow. Second, I want to honor and celebrate all military veterans who served and sacrificed for their country. It's such an accomplishment. And in my experience, the military has been the gift that keeps on giving. I am so blessed to have uh, gone through and came out alive from Kosovo to Iraq, and now I can be a voice, for potentially women who you didn't know served, in Iraq and places in Afghanistan and remote areas and things like that. And so that's what the Shero Coffee Club is all about. But happy Veterans Day. Don't forget, our veterans love free. I know here in Chicago, Bar Louie's has got something, from Denny's has got something from like 6 a.m. to noon or 8 a.m. to noon. There are so many places locally. So just you can just Google it. Free places to eat on Veterans Day. They love feeding us. And guess what? We love eating. But I do hope that you have a wonderful Veterans Day. And the last thing, tomorrow, our 2025 Shero Coffee Club ambassadors list comes out. I am so honored by these new group of women. And I thank everyone who completed an application and went through the interview. And I just want to say the list comes out tomorrow. I am super excited to release it, and it's going to be great. All right. That is enough talk from me. I am wishing again all my veterans a happy Veterans Day tomorrow. And I am wishing everyone a prosperous and blessed week. And as always, be brilliant, be you, be blessed. I will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.